What's going on, everybody? It's the Gaming Addict here, and we are back with another episode of Untitled Gaming News. I got a couple of articles for you guys here, and we're gonna go through them all. It's not gonna be too many, just some pretty short ones. Pretty like news has been pretty sparse, nothing like too important. But we're just gonna go over a couple things. So let's get right into it. So the first thing I got is the Capcom Fighting Collection 2 launches on May 16th. If y'all don't know, Capcom released a Capcom Fighting Collection, the first one, a couple months back, sometime in 2024, with a bunch of the old school Capcom fighting games. Most importantly, being a re-release of Marvel vs. Capcom 1 and 2. Which is probably like the biggest ones in there. They also had Capcom versus Marvel Superheroes. I think Capcom versus SNK was in there too. But it was a bunch of different games. But more importantly, we got the re-releases of Marvel vs. Capcom 1 and 2 on modern systems. So with that being said, there is a second version of that coming out. Pre-orders will be available soon for the collection on PS4, Xbox One, PC, and Nintendo Switch. Interesting. So it's not coming to PS5 and Series X. That's strange. Okay. So it's gonna have Capcom vs. SNK Millennium Fight 2000 Pro, Capcom vs. SNK 2 Market of Millennium 2001. Capcom Fighting Evolution. So let's just look at the trailer right quick. Pause the music. Let's look at the trailer real quick. Oh, Jesus Christ. Blowing my eardrums out. Now, a lot of these games I didn't play, like Project Justice. I've never seen this. It looked fire though. It looked like high school 3D Street Fighter. I forget the name of that 3D Street Fighter game. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be hype about this. The amount of times I see people talk about Power Stone is crazy because it's like an early version of Smash Bros. Not an early version, but it's pretty close to Smash Bros. It's another arena type of fighter. Battle Royale type of thing. So they got Power Stone 1 and 2. So anybody's a fan of Power Stone, there you go. Get that re-release, you get to play it again. Capcom Fighting Evolution. I've actually never seen this game or heard of it. Plasma Sword. Okay. This kind of reminds me of Soul Calibur. Street Fighter Alpha 3. Now I know a lot of people is going crazy for this. I think this is a pretty popular Street Fighter game. So Street Fighter, Capcom vs. SNK 2000. This looks dope. I like that early 2000s aesthetic. Market of Millennium 2001. Now this I've played before. Way back when. I barely remember it, but I've definitely played it. And all 8 of them have rollback netcode. That's fire. They all got online play. That's hard. Training mode. It show you the hitboxes too. That's fire. Instruction cards. So you get the little manual. Instant save, instant load. So basically what the last collection had too. Except it's just with all of them. All the games. Feature arranged soundtracks. Oh, that's hard. 600 pieces of art and design documents. That's fire. 400 tracks. I really love how Capcom is doing this.
Next location is Osaka.
Yeah, bro. This is hard, bro. This is hard. I'm curious as to why it's not coming to modern consoles. Or why it's not coming to PS5, Series X, all that. But regardless, this is hard. If y'all into that, if y'all into them old school Capcom games, I like how they're taking these really niche games and packaging them into one package. I feel like we don't get that a lot anymore. There's not a lot of there's not a lot of like game collections anymore. I feel like kind of like the Sonic Mega Collection back in the day and other stuff like that. So this is the fact that they're doing this is so cool to see, because you always got like those little niche games that people were like big fans of that like they didn't get to end up playing, or that is just not available on storefronts. So, you know, that's dope. So, all right, next. EA and Respawn are planning a Apex Legends 2.0. So, I'm assuming this is not going to be like Overwatch 2. That didn't even need to exist. We're not going to get into that. But I'm assuming they're going to do this because Apex is kind of dead right now. Not that it's dead, but a lot of players are like falling off, and they have been falling off for a good while, from my understanding. If I'm wrong, you can correct me in the comments. I've just seen like people commented on videos about Apex. People commented on videos about battle royale games in general, and they mentioned how Apex is dying. But like, you know, most people say that about games, but different battle royales. But it's like every time I see something about Apex, it's about it dying. So I'm liable to believe it now. So, and the fact that they're doing this just makes me think, yeah, it's been on a downtrend. EA and Respawn are planning Apex Legends 2.0. The bigger, more meaningful update will become a priority once the next Battlefield has released. Andrew Wilson says. EA and Respawn have insisted on several occasions they aren't planning any meaningful overhauls or similar sequel for Battle Royale shooter Apex Legends, but it seems plans may have changed. Speaking during EA's recent quarterly earnings call, Andrew Wilson acknowledged the massive success of Apex while admitting that its recent trajectory has been below expectations. See, now I know that it's confirmed that it's been on a downtrend. Apex is probably one of the great new launches in our history over the last decade, and it's been loved by that core cohort. We've had over 200 million people play the game. However, the trajectory of the business that the franchise has not been headed in the direction that we have wanted for some time. Wilson went on to explain, short to medium term, the plans to keep supporting Apex, developing new content. This will also apparently include a more meaningful update of Apex as a broad game experience. This won't become a priority until the next Battlefield's release, which will happen sometime before April 2026. Interesting. So I'm wondering what they're gonna do to make it such a meaningful update. Are they gonna like add a bunch of new characters at once? Are they gonna add a couple new characters, a bunch of new weapons, and more maps? Like, I don't know what this entails for a game like Apex. So I don't know. We've been trying, tuning, and testing many things in the context of the ongoing support of the community. As we think about Apex today, I really think about the development happening across 3 core vectors. First is how do we continue to support this incredible community that plays the game day in and day out, which numbers tens of millions, that's both quality of life, anti-cheat, and things that make the core experience great. Those are creation of new content. Second phase, we believe this time we need to do a more meaningful update of Apex as a broad game experience. The team is diligently working on that. You should imagine we probably wouldn't drop that on top of Battlefield launch. So from a timing standpoint, our thinking right now is that this would exist post Battlefield. Also planning a yet more comprehensive upgrade on something along the lines of an Apex Legends 2.0. Sometime on a longer term time horizon. There will be an even bigger, more meaningful update to add to that broader game experience, and Apex 2.0, if you will. This will not be the final incarnation of Apex. The team remains incredibly committed. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. So apparently, there's going to be a bigger, more meaningful update after Battlefield comes out. I'm assuming. I don't know. I really don't know what they're gonna do with this. I just saw on my Steam they're doing an update to anti-cheat and they're doing an update to matchmaking. So I think a lot of the concerns that people have had is towards anti-cheat and cheaters. I think, from my understanding, I think a lot of the stuff is coming from players experiencing a lot of cheaters in the game, from what I've been seeing, at least. So I don't know. We'll see how this goes, what they'll do with this update. I hope it's not going to be another Apex version of Overwatch 2 and they just ditch the regular game for a new updated version of it. Yeah. So we got that. MultiVersus. I'll start with this one. Just read the title. MultiVersus is shutting down, but offline play will continue. So the game will be taken offline and unavailable to claim after the upcoming season 5, featuring Lola Bunny and Aquaman. So yeah, MultiVersus basically died again. Now, y'all remember last time before, they were like, well, we shut it down because it was just an open beta. And we're going to bring it back, we're going to bring it back. We're going to make sure all the players keep playing and we got new content for all the, but apparently it died again because people weren't playing it. And I think, that just goes to show, like, it doesn't matter how good you think the game is. If it's not taking players' interest, it's not taking players' interest. Like, I don't know what they could have done to like make this game live longer. I don't know. But MultiVersus players praised major season 5 gameplay changes ahead of the server shutdown. And now #SaveMultiversus is trending online. Better late than never, right? That's crazy. MultiVersus will shut down when season 5 ends in May. The super changes to combat speed that were introduced in the new update have fans enjoying its gameplay now more than ever, and even sparked a SaveMultiversus trend on social media. For the community for Warner Bros. Platform fighting game woke up to reality. It dived into its 5th and final season when it launched yesterday. Developer Players First Games had spelled out plans to stutter the project last week, teasing that the update would include DC's Aquaman and Looney Tunes' Lola Bunny as his last playable characters. What was poised to be a somber send-off for MultiVersus actually brought on intensive movement changes across the board, resulting in a much faster paced experience overall. It's a fundamental adjustment that players have begged Player First to implement for years, and it arrives just as things are coming to an end. This is insane work. This is a crazy tweet, bro. Oh my god, this is an insane tweet, bro. Players first noticed that the combat had been sped up after they published season 5 combat changes preview. For those who have played the free-to-play fighting game in the past, differences are impossible to ignore as characters can be seen chaining together combos, moving across the screen faster than ever before. Substantial shift away from the floaty gameplay fans criticized during the MultiVersus beta test in 2022. Yeah, it was. I played it. It was definitely really floaty. I don't think that made me dislike the game though. Obviously, like I don't play it now, but it's just like it's so much stuff. It's so much other stuff to play now. You got so many games that are in competition with like every other game, even though it's not the same market, it's not the same genre. It's just like you lose customers to other games in other genres that are constantly updating and changing. Live service games are just like that. Season 5 update patch notes reveal that increased combat speed comes a reduction to hit pause across most attacks in the game. Oh, okay. All right. So hit pause, I didn't notice that. I did notice that, but I didn't know like it was a built-in thing. It takes a minute. It takes a little minute. There's like little couple seconds to where after you hit a combo, it takes a little bit longer to start doing another combo. I noticed that. So the fact that they changed it, that is this late is kind of crazy. It means stringing together combos will be faster regardless of who your main is. A handful of characters receiving additional adjustments to their speed too. This tweet, game dies, they finally start doing clever marketing. Man, I'm not trying to click on that shit, but fuck it. Game dies, they finally start doing clever marketing. They actually improve the gameplay. Yeah, sounds about right.
Damn.
Okay.
Damn. Hope you weren't streaming. That would have been embarrassing. Whatever character just got me, they need to be nerfed.
Your soul is mine.
I'm feeling a lot of feelings right now.
Oh.
Whoa. I know everyone is excited to meet Batman, but I'm actually a bigger fan of Wonder Woman. For no reason. I don't feel
This is crazy.
that ukulele thing is pretty tight, man. Pretty tight.
Yeah, a lot of these live service games always do this, especially the fighting ones. They'll improve the gameplay way late after people have already been begging for it for several seasons. They'll wait till the very last season that they can possibly do, update the game the way players actually want it, and then make them be like, okay, oh man, now we're gonna miss the game. Like, this is how it should have started. I know everybody's been playing the blame game when there likely isn't a single individual, even group that deserves the entirety of the blame, one Reddit user said. But man, if this is how the relaunch started off, we could have really had something. See, Apex Legends is probably one of the worst monetization schemes out there, but it lasted so long because it nailed the fundamentals of at the start. Yeah, that's a really good point. Like Apex's monetization strategy is actually very horrendous. The fact that it takes you so long to get heirlooms, and you have to buy, and it's really like, it's kind of ridiculous. But Apex Legends stood out because the fundamentals were there. Like the gameplay was there. Like it did the battle royale thing better than a lot of battle royales at the time, especially when it first launched. So you announced the game will shut it down and then fix the thing that made players quit. What? Exactly. That's the sad part, man. Why do they wait to the last minute? This is what it feels like seeing everyone play season 5. Wait, they love me now? They always did. This is horrendous, bro. Like, I wish companies would stop doing that shit. Just stop doing that. Stop doing that. Anyways, let's get to the rest of these, man. We'll just speed through it. It's been like 20 minutes already. Not really speed through it. EA boss is willing to move Battlefield release date to account for a nuanced year relative to competition. So, a lot of game companies are scared of GTA 6. A lot of them are staying away from GTA 6's launch window. It's because they're not saying when GTA 6 is launching in 2025. A lot of game companies are scared to say when they're launching in fear of having to move over for GTA 6. So it looks like Battlefield is in that same category. The big one is Rockstar's guaranteed behemoth Grand Theft Auto 6, which is still down for release in fall 2025. Also, we're gonna get an update about that like tomorrow. Rockstar's supposed to do a earnings call with their people tomorrow. So we'll see if GTA 6 is still coming out in 2025. We're gonna see. Hopefully it is, but you know, we'll see tomorrow. Will it be delayed? The parent company Take-Two is so far sticking to the fall 2025 release window, but it's that uncertainty coupled with all the other huge shooters coming out. That means EA's Battlefield will have to face a tricky job carving out a space for itself. So the last thing that they want to do is make the same mistake they made with Battlefield 1 and release it too close in competition with too many different games. It wasn't Battlefield 1. I think, well, it might have been Battlefield 1. It was either Battlefield 1 or Battlefield 5. I can't remember which one. But this Battlefield could end up like fucking this Battlefield could end up like Titanfall 2 if they drop too close to other people, to other big games. So he's in the right here. EA has the next Battlefield down for its 2026 fiscal year, which means before April 2026. That's prime GTA 6 territory right there, and maybe even prime Call of Duty and Borderlands 4 territory. So how much does EA have to consider release dates from competing games when it comes to working out Battlefield? A fair bit. Andrew Wilson admitted in a recent financial call, may even be willing to delay Battlefield if it has to. Certainly we exist in a competitive market space. I've had the great fortune to be with this company for 25 years. We've done a great job competing with all of our great franchises over time. That being said, we've invested more in this Battlefield than any Battlefield before. We have 4 studios. We've had a meaningful amount of time. We're looking for this to be the biggest Battlefield we've ever made. And we, of course, want to make sure that we launch into a window where we can deliver on the fullness of the promise of what Battlefield can be and grow the community to a level that is comments. How do you say that? How the hell do you say that? Commensurate. Corresponding in size and degree. To a level that is commensurate with the size of the game that we're making. So, I don't blame them at all for this. I do not blame them at all, because you gotta, especially if they put so much money into this Battlefield as a way to make up for 2042, they gotta be careful with it. So I don't blame them at all. So yeah, we'll see. We're gonna see when it launches. We gonna see. Speaking of launches, in 2025. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond and Pokemon Legends Z through A is reaffirmed for 2025 launch. Nintendo also confirmed it will continue to launch attractive software for the Switch 1 as soon as we can develop it. So they're not abandoning the Switch 1 no time soon. Nintendo has a big year ahead with the Switch 2, especially with all the rumored titles. The original Switch still has two notable exclusives to look forward to: Metroid Prime 4 Beyond and Pokemon Legends Z through A. During a QA with investors, Nintendo President Shuntaro Furukawa reaffirmed that both titles will release this year. He also reaffirmed that the company will continue to launch attractive software for the Switch 1. On the other hand, Furukawa also asserted that dedicated software is very important for the launch of new hardware. With this in mind, we will consider various ways to make our games available to as many customers as possible through Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2. It seemingly implies that some titles could arrive for both platforms. Pokemon Legends Z through A was announced for Switch systems, so it's already pretty much a shoe-in for launching on Nintendo's next console. I can see that. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond has only been confirmed for the Switch, but a Switch 2 version wouldn't be surprising. Yeah, I would not be surprised. They could do a Breath of the Wild type of thing where they had the Wii U. It came out on the Wii U and it had a Switch version. If y'all don't know that, Zelda Breath of the Wild came out on the Wii U first, and then when the Switch came out, then it had a Switch version. So I could see them doing that same thing with Metroid Prime 4. So yeah, Metroid Prime and Pokemon Legends Z through A are still coming out this year. So it's got, man, this year is stacked, bro. Holy hell. So other EA stuff. EA is up for putting in sports titles and The Sims on the Switch 2. That's gonna be weird. Not necessarily The Sims, but them sports titles gonna roll like shit. Products like FC and Madden might find real energy on the platform. In a recent financial call, EA CEO Andrew Wilson was asked about the publisher's plans for the Switch 2. He replied that he thought EA's major sports franchises like FC and Madden, as well as The Sims, could find real energy on the next Nintendo system. Anytime a new console comes into the marketplace, that's a benefit to us. It gives us the ability to access and acquire new players, Wilson said. Typically, we've had franchises perform very well on Nintendo platforms. Certainly, our expectation is that products like FC and Madden and others might find real energy on the platform as they have done in the past. When you think about something like The Sims and the My Sims Cozy Bundle, which performed well ahead of our expectations, 50% of all players were new to EA. That represents a great opportunity for us. With The Sims, definitely, like, I could definitely see The Sims on the Switch 2, or even if they put it on the, I don't know about putting it on the Switch. But I can definitely see The Sims 4 having a Switch 2 release. They can put FC and Madden on there, but I think it's gonna run like trash. It's gonna be it already. Most of the EA sports games, other than like maybe college football, already run like dog water on consoles regularly. So putting it on a handheld or I'm not sure what you would call a hybrid console like the Switch 2, I don't know, brother. But hey, more power to them. It's a good opportunity. Next, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 has already sold 1 million copies. Shout out to Warhorse Studios, bro. This is crazy. It's been a day after launch. It sold 1 million copies. That's across PC, PS5, and Series X and S. Shot to the upper echelons of Steam's most played games list. Shout out to them. I wish I could buy the game right now, but you know, times is tough right now. Life is lifing. Can't buy the game now, but I'm going to buy it, bro. It's worth noting that Kingdom Come Deliverance 2's actual player peak, concurrent player count will be bigger given the game launched on console as well as PC. However, neither Sony nor Microsoft make player numbers public. In a tweet, Warhorse called Kingdom Come 2 Deliverance a triumph, suggesting it's done the business for the Czech video game developer and his owner Embracer subsidiary PlayOn. Got a 9 out of 10 on IG, 9 out of 10 on IGN. So yeah, hey, shout out to Warhorse Studios, man. Congratulations. Next. Oh wow, that was deleted. It was deleted. That's crazy. Okay, here's the actual article. So 2K Games fires studio head Michael Condrey after a disappointing reveal of Project Ethos. So if y'all don't know Michael Condrey, I think he worked on COD. Yep, Advanced Warfare and Dead Space. So they were working on, I guess his team was working on a multiplayer game called Project Ethos. And I've seen people react to it. Notably, I've seen Black Okage react to it. Shout out to him. And a lot of people say it looked dated, bro. It looks old before it's even out. Like,
Let's do it. Let's push it.
yeah, this looks like it came straight out of 2017. This looks like one of them Fortnite clones. Yeah, it definitely looks like one of those Fortnite clones that you would have seen as soon as Fortnite started taking off. So that actually got Michael Condrey fired from 2K Games, which is insane. I wonder if he was able to work on other stuff. We're grateful to Michael Condrey for the dedication, passion, and work ethic it took to build an incredible team and shape the vision of 31st Union. A 2K spokesperson told Kotaku in an email. Michael will be transitioning his role in the short term to focus on advising the future of Project Ethos. So it's still coming out. But he got fired from it. We remain very committed to the We remain very committed to the forward path of Project Ethos and the people and culture of the 31st Union Studio. I'm gonna have to agree with Black Okage, bro. This shit might be dead on arrival. I don't know why they're gonna continue to. I mean, they probably poured money into it and they gotta see it through. But like, at some point, you gotta be like, okay, there's no need for us to even pursue this any further. Let's just cancel it before it even like starts. Like, it don't look good. It don't look good. It's not even able to drum up interest for real. And kill it about that. Let's see. I don't know if this is true or not. Okay, so this is a rumor. Please take it with a grain of salt. A leaker claims that Fable, the Fable remake or Fable sequel, whichever one, will launch on PS5 and Switch 2 alongside Xbox Series X, S, and PC. So it's going to be pretty much all platforms. And this is the tweet from Icon Era, which is, I guess, is a leaker. Starfield, Fable, and Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 will release on PS5 and Switch 2, according to our sources. Also, Killer Instinct Fable Day 1 on PS5. So it looks like, allegedly, on day one, Fable will be on PS5, so it's not a timed exclusive type of thing. It's gonna be multi-platform from the beginning. So interesting. I don't really see why they wouldn't do that. It makes sense. I'll have to cover that. So the last two we got Marvel star Simu Liu. I hope I'm saying his name right. Says he's working to get a Sleeping Dogs a film adaptation. Bro, if y'all have not played Sleeping Dogs, go get it now. Get it and play it now. Sleeping Dogs is one of the most underrated games ever. It's so good. It's so good, bro. It's so good. Sleeping Dogs film adaptation, which was confirmed to be canceled earlier this month, now has a chance of coming back courtesy of Marvel star Simu Liu. I didn't even know they were making one. As reported by Newsweek, Liu replied to a fan calling for an adaptation of the 2012 game on X to say he's trying to get the film off the ground, working with the rights holders to bring Sleeping Dogs to the big screen, he said. Adaptation was announced in 2017 with Donnie Yen set to star. The film disappeared a year later, and just a few weeks ago, Yen himself confirmed that it has been scrapped. I spent a lot of time and did a lot of work with these producers, even invested some of my own money into obtaining drafts, some of the rights. Waited years, and really wanted to do it. Unfortunately, I don't know, how Hollywood goes, right? So it looks like it fell through. The initial thing of it fell through, and the lead in Shang-Chi, which I still haven't seen, by the way. The lead in Shang-Chi, Simu Liu, is trying to get it back up and running, and I think he might have done it. I think I might have seen an article saying he did do it. But hey man, play Sleeping Dogs, bro. If y'all haven't played it, bro, play Sleeping Dogs. And I hope this actually does come out. And lastly, Steam is adding a new warning for dead early access games. Shout out to Valve, because this is like really essential. There's so many early access games on Steam, and you don't even know like the last time they've been updated unless you scour the Steam page for it. So this is dope. Yeah, so sometimes these like developers will make a dead on arrival game, put it in early access, and it'll be a cool concept and everything. It'll have like cool gameplay, but it'll have just blatant flaws, and they'll just like never update it again, and people will still run into it later on, years later, and be buying it still just to realize later on, hey, this is a dead game. They have this little announcement post saying that they're never going to update this again from like 4 or 5 years ago. But now you already bought it. So now they have a warning. Steam now warns about early access that have not been updated in months. They'll see right here, the last update made by the developers was over 14 months ago. The information and timeline described by the developers here may no longer be up to date. So that's super dope, super dope, because there's so many games that's like that too. There's so many games that's like that. I've even bought some that's like that, and just to realize like, oh, okay, they said they're never updating this game again, so now I gotta get a refund. So shout out to Valve for that, man. Shout out to Valve. So yeah, that's all the articles I got for y'all. That's all the news. Hit a like on this video if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel for more videos. Hit a dislike if you disliked it. I mean, it don't matter to me. But I'm gonna keep making these videos for y'all just to have in the background, whatever. But subscribe to the channel. We got more videos coming, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.